All right, so California had the ups and downs in the 2018 season. Ended up bringing a pretty good one. Ended up going 7-6. That's pretty good compared to recent years. But how are they going to do in 2019? That is what we're going to be going over today. California's schedule preview. We're going to be going over a few players this team will be losing, who they're going to be returning, and also going to be looking at their schedule for the first time this offseason. California went 7-6 once again in 2018. They returned Jace Garbers at quarterback. That's going to be really, he kind of split time last year. We didn't see him play like full time. He had 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. If you can clear up some of those interceptions, he can be a good quarterback. But right now, Jace Garbers, don't really expect a whole lot out of him next season as well. He likely will. He started He started for the most part last year, and I expect that to happen once again in 2019. But he likely will have to split time, probably 75%. Just because, looking at these stats, they're not great. And I think that having another quarterback to work with him will be pretty helpful for this team. They lose Laird, one wide receiver, offensive center, and a tight end. So really, this team isn't losing too awful much. They also lose a defensive tackle and 2 linebackers. So on defense, they lose 3. On offense, they lose 4. So that is a moderate amount, but it's not a lot, so that is pretty helpful. Another bowl season coming for California, I do believe so, just because at least they don't have to completely switch to a whole new system with the quarterback leaving. But how good can Garbers get? Once again, as I said before, if he can clear up some of those interceptions, that will make a load of a difference. Interceptions are really that's really the main detrimental thing to a quarterback is the interceptions. Of course, incompletions are as well, but when you have those interceptions, you gotta drop those interceptions if you're going to be a good quarterback. Also, 1,500 yards. I think he can do better than that this season. Anyway, now looking at California's schedule, this is what you can kind of expect. UC Davis, you start off the season, you should win that game. At Washington, you got more of a challenging one there. North Texas the next week should be a win, I think. Ole Miss, Arizona State, Oregon. I think they'll probably win 2 of those games in there, whether it's Ole Miss and Arizona State. Those are the 2 most likely, of course. But Oregon on the road, once again, that will be a tough game. Because of Oregon, I'm expecting to be a pretty good team next season with the recruiting classes that they're having and the returning players that they've got. Oregon's going to be a dangerous team, and it's going to be a tough team to play next season. Oregon State at home, they very well could win that game. And I'm not putting it in green as a guaranteed win yet. Utah on the road on October 26th, that could be a win as well. Once again, for being a road game, I'm not going to put it in green. Washington State at home, that could be a win. I think if there's going to be a pretty big upset on this list, it'd have to be that Washington State game. Just because they're coming off of a bye as well, so they're going to be more rested up for this game than other ones. And then also and then they also have them at home. So Washington State, that should be an interesting game there. They also have USC on November 16th. And that's a home game. They actually have 6 road games on this schedule. So they're splitting it half and half. Typically, you'll see maybe 5 road games, 7 home games from most Power 5 schools. But a little bit different for Cali this season. But however, you do have 2 road games to finish off the season. That is going to be a little bit difficult there. It's always tough finishing the season with 2 road games. I think they'll lose one of those games at least. Stanford, UCLA. I think UCLA, I don't really expect a whole lot out of them again this season, just because of, this is going to be a rebuilding year for UCLA. But yeah, that could be a win there once again, but I'm not really going to bet on it too much yet, as we are just in April right now. We are still several months away from the season. A lot of these predictions will likely change as we get closer to the season. We're going to be going over every team that I did a schedule preview for once again in the summer at least. So estimated record-wise, I'm saying 4-8 to 8-4 for California. I would say if you want a more specific answer to that, I would say between 6 and 7 wins. I expect it to be pretty similar in 2019 than 2018. Really don't expect anything too crazy this season. Of course, once again, they aren't really losing a whole lot, but their quarterback situation is a little bit messy. It's too messy to be able to have a team that's going to go elite. But yeah, once again, California, I'm expecting 6 to 7 wins. Expect a bowl season possibly coming. which that is an achievement for this team to be able to make a bowl game. So that's certainly good there. But yeah, once again, 2 guaranteed wins, I think, on this schedule. UC Davis in North Texas. Thank you guys all for watching. That's it for this schedule preview. We're going over the Pac-12 right now, so stay tuned for the rest of those previews. We're about halfway through right now. Well, anyway, you guys, thank you guys all for watching once again, and stay tuned for more from ASC.